Welcome back to Silverbacks Park, Atlanta, Georgia. National Collegiate Rugby's Men's National Shield Challenge. Collegiate Rugby All-Stars, John Broker, Pago Haini. Last two games of the Rising Stars. First, it's North versus West. Pago, these teams have been battling it out all weekend. They have one more round to play. A little tired from yesterday, I'm sure, but they should be ready to go.
Good morning, everyone. Good to be on here with you, John, calling this game between the West and the North. You know, as you said, third game now for the weekend for all these athletes. You know, showcasing their talent, showcasing what they can do on the field, also working together as a team to get results out of this weekend. So really looking forward to calling this one with you, John.
You got it, and it's going to be West to receive this one in the red, and black is North. We'll talk about some of these players as we get going. That one slips over the top. This is the Rising Stars. The players who could have made their all-star teams, but come here and play as Rising Stars. They get four teams, North, East, South, and West, obviously. Early penalty there as West going to kick that one away. Through number 9, Caden Hautzinger is going to put it in a touch. He's a first-year player at University of Wisconsin at Whitewater from Oregon, Wisconsin. So a line out here for this West team, Pago.
This first good opportunity here for the West. Try and set something up using their line out. You know, we've seen a lot of teams throughout the weekend struggling with line outs, but that's a good way to start right there.
West has a little delay at the top of the line out so they can get the ball down, but they take it to the ground. Raven Jones, your referee for this one. Ball comes around the back, looking to move it wide right away, but defense is up and strong. Slupski up there, but they are able to break through the West All-Stars. Number 15, Chase Johnson, takes that one to the ground. Pozzo moves it away. Pass out the back was too far away, so Isaac Fershing is going to have to take one himself. Sophomore at Iowa Central Community College. Nice break there from Zach Billings. Zachary Billings, University of Denver player, first-year player to Castle Rock, Colorado. Takes that one into contact, putting some early phases together here are the West. North, strong defense as of yet. Pass out behind, they look to go out behind again. Now they get it to the wing, do the West. Nice break up the sideline, but just seem to run out of room, but they're still alive. So ball thrown back in. West is going to have it until then. A little bit of a knock on after that pass back in from touch. So a scrum here, first scrum of the game coming, put in to North Rising Stars.
Black knock on, red scrum.
I really like the intent here from the West. Wearing red today. You know, running the ball deep from there inside their half, going side to side, using their fast backs on the outside. And lucky for them, it looks like their winger was just about to go outside and offload that ball in. North couldn't secure that possession, knocked the ball over. And now the West with the scrum, great platform to attack from and continue this good attack of theirs. They've been showcasing this opening 3 minutes of the game, John.
It has been a good opening 3 minutes, and I was incorrect. Pago, you're right. It's going to be a scrum here for the West. I didn't see that initial knock-on by Black there. Connor Tierney and Nick Capozzo from University of Wisconsin Eau Claire to put this one in for the West. See the pressure in the scrum right on that side there, but that one's going to come out to the West. A little unclean, but able to get it away. Have to step back in and keep this one tight. The ball went to Robles Revuelto, ripped away by the North. Little show there from Connor Tierney. Connor Tierney takes it to the ground. They're going to need somebody else to step into this distributor role. They have screaming for the ball there is Mafosa. We saw a lot of him yesterday. Atile Mafosa goes into the Rock. Tierney back in the scrum half distributor role. Ball up there to Christian Evans. Evans takes it forward, taken down by 2 or 3 defenders from the West. Now they come out a little wider. That pass, not exactly what you want, just gets knocked on there. Referee Jones sees that we're going to have a scrum here for the West outside their 22. But good work to take that ball away and get some phases together from the North.
Very good. First time the West has been on defense in this opening 4 minutes of this game. Very two different style of rugby we're seeing here from both teams. The West with early possessions, throwing the ball from one side to the other, and we just saw the Norths there with that little possession they just had. They're trying to go through the middle, through their big boys. Unfortunately, they got the knockout there, and then turned the ball away, and then giving away another penalty. Easy way out here for the West to exit from their own half.
Going to kick this ball again. Elian Robles Revuelto is going to kick that one. Des Moines, Iowa, goes to Iowa Central Community College. Another first-year player out here. Only first years on both of these teams. The future is bright for these all-star teams. These players work their way up. Heavily freshman, sophomore-oriented are both of them. All freshman, sophomore, I should say. And several freshmen and sophomores on the all-star teams as well. Should be noted. Very good young players coming through great high school rugby advancements in the USA. Not engaged at time, but ball at the front. Raven Jones telling them to use it. Player breaks off. They had the momentum. The Chiefs pick that one up and come back. It's going to be a penalty against the West there. They changed some line-out rules there, Pago. So the first player has to have that ball.
Yes. Good tactic there by the North. The West have had a very good line-out so far. Very good driving maul. But usually when you're trying to set a maul, an opposition player has to commit before you can advance forward. And the North there, it's one of the tactics you use. You step away, see if the opposition will transfer that ball to the back of the maul, and then they'll try and come around and take the ball away from the person at the back, which exactly what the North did there. Very, very smart tactic. Usually a tactic you use when an opposition have a very, very strong maul or very strong line out. So good heads up play there by the North, and great execution too by the West. Unfortunately, it was a turnover to them, and now they get the ball back through pressure in the line out.
Come the West. Ball to the ground. Continue on the move. West, nice little line break there. Ball spills out of the hand and goes forward. So coming back the other way. Advantage here to North.
We're lost.
We're going to come back up the game.
You're going to have the scrum or the line out. They're in the same place. Okay, scrum. Lost forward, and then he went to touch. So we're gonna have the scrum.
There's a knock on.
Strong carry there by Caposo, number 13 out there for the West. Unfortunately, he lost that ball over. Now we get to see another scrum here. North, very good scrummaging team. So we'll see if they want to apply some pressure or they want to have a good platform to play from.
Good drive from the West, putting a little pressure on there, but North should be able to dig this one out through Kearney. Penalty coming here, and the penalty is against the North there for some illegal scrummaging.
Play to black.
The commentators curse again there. John,
it happens,
talking
Pago.
up their scrum, and then they give away the penalty. But good pressure there from the West. A lot of pressure coming through that tight five, putting the North under a little bit of pressure now, turning to a penalty with how their line out's been, going. It's a great platform for them to use to see if they can make something happen out from it.
Ball up to the West, taken down. Referee Jones is happy with it. Go in the middle of the field. Little pass out back. Do they have the room? The flat pass in the middle. Well taken. Great line from Rocco Pozzego. Pozzego puts the pass up, but it winds up in the hands of Will Savage. Will Savage, the North Rising Stars player, held up right now. Referee says the maul, so the ball doesn't come out. It's a scrum here for the West. It's gone into touch. We'll see what the call is from the referee here.
Well, black
Good run there by Pozzego out of University of Minnesota. Unfortunately, that offload didn't really go to hand, which has been the case with them. They've had a lot of possession in this game so far, just not being able to finish out those opportunities, but they get it back through this line out here.
West put that one up. Len Gagan takes that one down. The West Rising Stars continue to move forward here. We'll pass up to Zachary Billings. Billings takes that one into contact. They're able to move again. Middle of the field they go. Again, pass taken a little bit flat here. Not getting in front of him. Zega, good footwork again. But a penalty against North for not rolling away there. They'll slow it down a little bit. Ball's in Capozzo hands.
We have
discussion here.
2 not releasing in a row. The first we talked out, right? The second we're not listening. Your tackler has to clear the ruck area before you have rights to the ball. Okay? So let's make sure your tacklers roll away. Thank you.
Referee Pago just communicating there what the penalty was. Very clear. Players just have to get away from that ball.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with all the referees this weekend with how they communicate the laws to the players. You know, as we all know in America, you know, some of these players probably very new to our sport, very new to our game. You know, sometimes very confusing. But the way this referees has been laying down the law and communicating to players. But I really like this idea from the West. You know, their line out, their more has been their weapon. You know, kicking for touch, using that to launch off an opportunity here for them.
Not engaging again is North, but this time West has a little move on. They wrap around the back. Ball comes away here. Capozzo is going to put in the pass. McFarland, Wisconsin native. They just keep that one tight again to the West. A little bit of slow ball, just a pick and go there. Now the ball is out the back. They've got runners coming across here. Can they get it to the width? There they are, in and over the try line. Raven Jones happy with that one. 5 points here for the West. We'll try to get that number for you there, and it is indeed number 23, Caius McClitch. Touches that one down. And he's a sophomore from University of Chicago from Irwin, Pennsylvania. Gets 5 points.
Good execution here by the West. You know, they've had opportunities after opportunities. They've held on to the ball, held on to the position, like I said before. You know, in the game of rugby, the more we hold on to the ball, the more opportunities it will happen for your team. And the West, you know, through their set piece, they've had a very good line out. Also, they've got a scrum penalty already. You know, and those are the key things that you need in the team to be able to succeed is your set piece. And all starts from up front with that line out move they had earlier on, spin it out, and the man from Chicago, McClitch, with the first try of the game.
North will get ready to kick this one off again. Connor Tierney, the captain and all-rounder here, does the kicking, is the scrum half, does a lot of other work from Thomas College, a first-year player. Knocked forward by the North in the effort, however, it's going to be West Rising Stars ball. They're up 5-0, so good for them. 12 minutes gone in this one. 30-minute halves, 60-minute games. We have the West versus the North. East versus South will come up next. Singer back waiting for this ball. Ball to come in from Capozzo. Ball in. Good pressure coming from the North this time. Referee is going to give a free kick here to the North, so they're going to get the opportunity. Can't kick this one a touch. It wouldn't be their line out. Tierney looking for some runners. Finds one there. Cole Papella. Papella takes that one in. He's from Boston College, a sophomore out of East Granby, Connecticut. Wide they come. Little quick hands there. Keeps that one alive. Gets the ball to Timothy Carlson. Carlson, sophomore at Roger Williams. The penalty against the West. Player didn't roll away. Same thing she said to the North team earlier, Pago. These players have to clear that area as soon as they make the tackle.
Exactly. If you're the tackler in the game of rugby, You know, as soon as you make that tackle, you have to roll away to give the opposition cleaners, room to come and clean that ball out. Unfortunately, I think that was number 13 getting caught there on the wrong side of the ruck. Exactly the same thing happened early on to the North team, and now the West, is guilty of it as well.
West puts the pressure on this time, so North has to break off there, and they have the ball.
Advantage. Offside
Big
advantage.
run
Black.
comes in. Have an offside there. Timothy Carlson knocked off one player. So free play here from this North team. That kick wasn't really going to anybody, so we'll come back to the penalty.
Can't quite hear. Come again.
Really good interchange of plays here from the North. They haven't really had a lot of opportunities with possession in the opening 15 minutes of the game. The West have dominated time of possession, time of territory, and all that. And finally, the North now has, the opportunities down here deep inside the West territory. Be interesting if they trying to go through their big man up front again, or they're going to try and set this ball up and release up, those fast backs they have on the outside.
Ball to come in here from the North. Putting it in is Lasker Lindbake. Lindbake, first-year player at UMass out of Brooklyn, New York.
Ball's available. There's Black.
Looking for the line, a break there. Ball ripped just straight away by the West. Gagan.
Red, we intentionally collapsed them all. We had advantage. No advantage game. Here.
Interesting call. That ball was kind of ripped away as the ball was up in the air. But they're going to get to play here and keep the ball.
Red Captain. That's a number of penalties in this area. I need to see more discipline here. Okay? So.
Ball knocked forward there by North. What a bit of a mistake. I don't know what the player was thinking there to try to take that one as they were trying to move it a little wider. There's going to be a scrum to the 5-meter line for the West.
The ball was engaged, and then
maybe a little confusion there between the North players. It looks like they were trying to go out wide with some players trying to do that channel. And knock on a waste of possession down here, especially when they haven't really had a lot of possession throughout this game. They haven't really converted that into points. And then the West, get another shot here to exit out from deep inside their own try line.
Proto puts that one in. He's at his own try line there. Ball goes a little low. Problems here for the West. Player is going to get taken down if he can't get out of the try zone. He has not. He's in the try zone there. Or maybe he is not. Not sure exactly. It announced me a scrum here to the North. I was wondering when the call was going to come. Didn't know exactly what the call was going to be, but it was brought in by Red, so it should have been a scrum here to the North. I was waiting to see if there was a law change I wasn't aware of there, Pago.
I thought they actually got away with one there. That was very good effort there. Trying to get out of their own try line, which I initially thought they did. But the referee saw it. He was not out of their own try line, but taking it back inside, get hold up in your try line, which results into opposition scrum. And great opportunity for the North now to try and convert this into points.
North looks one way, goes the other. They get a nice little pass there. Players should take that in. Is Slutsky. North ball is out. The West going to go with that one loud. Blast the whistle. There's too many people in there. Referee has already given a warning about the number of penalties here, but has put a large blast to the whistle there. North going to have another conversation. The North coming straight at you, trying to go the direct route there. As they dig that one out, player right at the line, gets taken back. Siobhan Adrian. Penalty again here, and second blast of the whistle. There's going to be a player going to the bin after this. We have another ball for the North here, and
Clean up in
Theodore
this
Matthew
area.
is going to be the one to bear the brunt of that. He was the last one to have a penalty. He's from University of Denver, went to Northfield High School. He's going to have a few minutes in the bin here at the NCR Collegiate Rugby All-Stars. As the North goes quick again. Looking to tie this one up, or maybe take the lead if they can get the conversion. But there's a player in and over. That was a try. Good work there for this North Rising Stars team. That's Alex Matheny. Haven't seen a ton of the sophomore from Bryant University, but a Boston College High School gets 5 points on the board for his team.
Good work here by the North side forward back. You know, they lost that opportunity early on with the quick tap and knock on. You know, they managed to get the ball back, was putting a lot of pressure on the West. And then they've been patient ever since, stringing together a couple of faces. And it doesn't help when Matthew gets sent off, but, you know, before that, the referee did, talk to their captain, letting him know that they're giving away a lot of penalties, so they actually got a warning. And, a couple faces later, they gave away a penalty, resulting in Matthew going out. And North capitalizing on that opportunity with a man up, and the kick is over, taking the lead back.
Tierney gets that one. Connor Tierney from Perth, Australia. Got that one across. He's been doing a lot of good work this weekend, has Tierney, the captain. So looking back, it'll be 7 points for the North. So we take another look, Pago.
Good power run there. That is a very, very tough position to be in, especially as a defender, because you have to be behind the try line. You have to be behind the last foot of the ball carrier. Smart play there by the Norths. Just poking their head through, just darting over to get their first try of the day.
They've taken the lead, 7-5, have the North. That one taken in a little messy. Knocked on in the action, so it's going to be a scrum here for the West. A little discussion with the assistant referees, so call could potentially change, but it looked like a knock-on. 9 minutes to go in this first half. It is indeed a knock-on, so it'll be a scrum here for the West.
Really good opportunity for the West now. They've already had a scrum penalty early on. They've been challenging this good North scrum throughout this whole game. Now they have that whole left side of the field. And again, another commentator courtesy.
Yeah, there you go, Pago. You're 2 for 2 today, my friend. 2 for 2 in this game.
I should be the forwards analysing this, but I'm getting all this course wrong. So maybe I should just let the boys scrum. But good attacking opportunity here for the Norths now.
Off on a run, Tierney right there as always. A little slower ball this time. Nice tip pass, however. Moves that ball a little bit wider. Tierney. Ball out the back. Now they come across. There are runners out here. Was a little bit of space out wide, but space just kind of closes down. So they take that one forward. Now they're going to launch the boot, play the territorial game. It's going to bounce. It's outside of the try zone. So a West player under a bit of pressure here gets himself out of the try zone. Puts his kick downfield. Comes into the hands of Oscar Lindbake. The referee says there was a knock on there. It's going to be a scrum for the West.
Good work there by the West fullback, Chase Johnson, out of the University of Wisconsin in Milwaukee. Good kick. I don't think that was the way you planned out that kick. You actually mishit it. And the North player couldn't, catch that ball on the full, resulted into a knock on, and now it gives the West another scrum here and a good opportunity to start the attack from deep inside their own half. I'm not going to make any predictions about these scrums anymore.
That one comes back to the West one way or another. So the West on the move here. Just coming up to their 40-meter line, driven back in the tackle. Gonna have to get going again here. Ball away. Pod takes it just a little bit stand still there. Across they come. Pressure on there from the defense. Good work by Slutsky to get up there in the face of that ball carrier. So driven back are the West. Down by 2 points. Looking to gain that back, but working their way out of their own end slowly. Tackles coming in from the north here. They turn that one over. We'll see what happens. Referee is coming back here. Offsides against the north, so penalty here for the West.
Really good attack here from the West. As I said before, it's really their intent is going from one side of the field to the other. You know what's going on here. Maybe they're trying to make a substitution.
Yeah, a little change coming in.
But I really like the intent of this West team, trying to play that expansive rugby. You just go from one side to the other. It's actually working for them. They just have to make that one more pass to really break this North defense down. But you know, it's been a good affair so far. Very even contest. Both teams are very, they're front up right now for their last game of the weekend. Very exciting game.
That's not.
Both teams are fairly even.
Do concussion stuff. Okay. That game. Correct.
Maybe they're trying to
Jones
make some more changes here.
Hold on. Time's on.
Referee Jones ready to play here, but put time off.
Time's off. Time off.
So time is off here.
Hold. Clock. Time's on.
Now time's back on. Maybe a player change. Couldn't quite see what was going on there. So we have a ball coming up here.
Use it. Use it.
Sails in the air. A little windy today here in Atlanta. That one comes back. Ball slips there to a red player with the back of their own 40-meter line. And having trouble playing on the other end of the field. We've got about 4 minutes to go in this first half. Here come red. They would like to get this lead change, but ball spills forward into the hands of Siobhan Adrians. Adrians at Alfred University from Livorno, New York. Driving forward are the North Rising Stars. Coming across, ball wasn't quite where it's intended to be there. Looking for Mafosa, but an advantage here for ball spilling forward for red. But they have the ball. We'll see what they decide to do with this one. Continue on the move. That's Bryce Roeder. Roeder out of the Colorado School of Mines. Ball comes that time. Again. Little look there from Capoto. Tries to get his way through and have to clean this one up. Ball sitting in the back of the ruck. North trying to get in to disrupt that. Billings picks it up. They're going to have to reset right away. The other way they come. Now working back again. McClitch made that initial pass. Here's a little line break. Can they get the ball into someone's hands? They have done. Nice step inside. Here they come. That was Johnson. Now they're up the right-hand side. Can they get there? They're right at the 5-meter line. 2.5 minutes to go. They have a penalty advantage as well. Looks like for a high tackle. They're going to come across. As Robles Revuelto puts that one out. Player from the north in and over. We're going to come back for the penalty. So opportunity here for the West Rising Stars. See what they decide to do. If they're going to go quick with set move, they're going to go to the corner. We will find out shortly. Ball at Zach Billings' feet. The University of Denver first-year player. Going to go straight for the line. He's driven towards touch. Can they hold him out? North looking to maintain their lead, headed towards halftime. 2 minutes on the clock as we roll into this final stanza of this first half. North looking to stay strong. West looking to go into that halftime break with a lead.
Diving over.
Ball coming here.
Good job, boys. Good game.
Little push forward.
Keep it going. Good low.
Another drive. You're looking right at it here. Next Level Rugby's camera crew bringing you this straight on camera action as they go out wide this time. Ball gets into the hands of Johnson. Johnson has defenders swarming around him here. Ball not held up there. Referee says it was moving enough to call that a tackle. Should come back to the West here. Capoto digging it out has Billings. They go past Billings. A little bit wider there out to Snudgen. Snudgen contact. Back for a penalty against the West. So with 45 seconds to go in the half, does not look like the West will get the points they were looking for to move ahead. So opportunity here for the North just to kill things out, Pago.
Exactly, and that's a good defensive effort there from the Norths. How their own line, they were like just the West was only a couple meters away from the try line. But the North side really clamped down over there, working hard, working together, and reward themselves with a penalty to get themselves out of their own try line. Now resorting to a line out, and hopefully they can convert this into some points before heading into halftime. But the West, for great opportunity, they are building phases. I don't know why they went wide straight away. They were actually gaining momentum, but credit to the North side for their defense. And now the West is getting the ball back and trying to get some more points on the board before halftime.
Ball to Billings here. Red, the clock in the red also. Final move here, barring a penalty. If they can shut them down. Was that a high tackle? Referee has the arm out. It seems indeed there will be a penalty. Red comes across here. Inside North's half now. They keep coming down this left-hand side. Little chip over. Ball taken in by the North. North, advantage was gained there for the West, so they can just kick this into touch and move into the halftime if they would like. Seems like Tierney is going to do just that, so that's halftime. 7-5 lead, tightly contested game. North over the West. We're going to step aside and be right back with the second half in just a minute.
Consistency on three. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, no problem. Just tell me when I'm live. Welcome back to Silverback Park. It is the second half, 7-5 the North on the right. Lead the West in red. 7-5, John Broker, Pago Haini, last round of the Rising Stars. 2 Rising Stars games, this is the next one, and then third place and first place championship games to round up the weekend here. National Collegiate Rugby All-Stars. Just waiting for referee Raven Jay to join us on the field. We'll be good to go.
There we go. All right.
Referee crew seems to be ready to go. Almost set for the second half. Been a very even battle. West scored first, North scored second. Both teams putting pressure on each other across the field. Mostly freshmen and sophomores from schools across these respective geographic areas. See, it's a little chillier today than it was yesterday. Ball runner coming out in a pretty big down coat there. Almost ready to get underway here. And Robles for Welto ready to get this one in. Long kick there for the North to get going. Streaming onto that ball right away. Pinard. And a penalty as he gets himself isolated. It's going to be ball here for the West. Caden Houtzinger has a hold of it. Houtzinger, University of Wisconsin Whitewater kinesiology major. He's going to kick that one to touch.
Take half.
Pago
now.
opportunity here for this West team to
Take
take
only half now.
the
They
lead.
owe us 5 more subs. They didn't deliver them as much as they were supposed to. So only take a half.
Ball to come in here from the West.
Use it now. Use it
Up
now.
top, Hagen takes that one down. Hagen from University of Denver
Release block.
drives that one forward. Electrical engineering major, high school state champion. Across come the West. Zachary Billings, Regis Jesuit high school player, another good rugby school, high school level in Colorado. Penalty against the North here. Player not releasing.
Done. On the goal line. On the goal line.
Referee Jones just sorting this out. Ball goes to the corner. Pago, good attacking position for this West team.
Right here. Hold that line.
Yeah, really good start there from the West, as they did in the first half. You know, their line out has really been working well for them. It looks like they're going to it again. They've had a few variations off the top of this line out, so it'll be interesting to see what they have in store for us here. Ooh, just overthrow.
Ball sails over the top, into the hands of the North, but then knocked on. So maybe even better for him, get a scrum here right at the 5-meter line. Opportunity again to attack here for the West.
Use your mark.
Exactly. Good opportunity here. 2 minutes in the second half now. The line out has been their weapon, unfortunately. That went over the top of the jumper. The North side couldn't really gather that in, but still deep inside the North territory here, just 5 minutes away from the try line. Last time they were down deep in the North try line, the North actually had a very good defensive stand. And we'll see if there's any variations from the West deal with the way they want to attack this North defense.
West comes off the back there. You can see this head-on shot. Very good North in and over that one. That ball is spilled forward there. We'll see what the referee determines here. But he's going to come back with a penalty. And here is the ball for the West. Driving on straight forward, in and over the line. Try awarded. We'll get that jersey number for you as soon as we can. That's a pretty excited Nathan Cox right there from Iowa Central Community College. Caden Houtier wants to have a shot with the camera as well.
Lovely what an ankle camera there from our crew down on the field. Cox with the quick tap. You can really see Lowe's shoulder ran through the defense, as we all say in rugby. You know, the lower man always wins on the day, and Cox there, nice. Good low carry to the ground to get that first try of the second half with the conversion just went over. Great start from the West. And the North, last time they defended their line, this time Cox put the head down and just pulled over for his first try of the game.
2 points added there by Tyler Worthington from the Diablo Valley College from Walnut Creek, California. Got a really big list of credentials to his name. Red River All-American Sevens first team, Texas Tech Rookie of the Year, Texas Tech captain. Has played some pretty good rugby here. As the North hang that one high. West on the attack again, but up 12-7 now. Second lead change of the game here. So West will look to keep this going. The ball comes out back, but North some pretty good defense there. Ball goes back, long kick. Tierney gets a little cheeky chip in there, looking for the 50-22. But was he behind the 50 is the question. And a fast ball here from
Has a try.
the North. Is this a try? This may be a try. We're going to have the assistant referee talking here. It's got to be a 50-22 first, but let's listen in.
Yep. Yep, I got it. Zach, are you good on the try?
It's a try.
Zach, are you good on the try as well?
It's a play there.
Got it? Perfect.
Yeah, so smart. If this is a try.
Centered. Centered, yep.
Try awarded. Cheeky 50-22 there from Connor Tierney. Definitely the player of this game. As you're going to see here, he's behind the 50. Little chip forward in Pago. Look at this. Just talk us through the rest of it.
Very good, smart hits up from number 23 there. The rules of the game is if the line out hasn't been formed, you know, you can take the quick, you know, tap or quick take of the line out. No one was around. Number 23, Noko, out of St. Convert University, psychology major. Saw the opportunity, smart play, smart rugby IQ, you know, and that happened real fast. Even us, we didn't even know that was happening at the time. But very smart heads up by Noko, I'm sorry, to make that quick throw and for the North to go over. But it all started from
That was a great call. That was nice.
from Tierney, halfback. We just pull up just a couple centimeters short of the halfway line. We started in the 50-20. Hits up play by Volko, and then North now regained the lead again. But that was some play, some exciting rugby to start this second half, John.
Yeah, good work there as Peterson takes that one in. Peterson from Alfred University.
No heads.
Tierney finds a runner. Runner just offloads the ball there, gets to Christian Evans. Evans pops the ball up in the air. These guys might want to just take this to ground eventually. They are getting some forward momentum here off of these tips. And I'm going to eat my words. They make a nice break for it here. Good work there again by Peterson. Philip Peterson looking towards the line. Another Alfred University player. Auburn, New York, that ball feels a little loose, but a loud blast there, offsides against West. And they're going to go quick. They're headed towards the line. They're looking at it. They are in. They are over. And this time, Gaspard Piedard from Boston College. He's a sophomore. He's going to touch that one down from Paris, France. Gets 5 points here in Atlanta.
That is Great interchange there. It's a team try there. Dinner with a quick tap. Again, the West was really slide right through two defenders, scoring their second try within a couple minutes to extend their lead. But it all started back from those little interchange of plays from the big mans up front, playing hot potato deep inside their 20, deep inside their own half. Offload game, opening up on the space out wide. Apply a lot of pressure. The West give away a penalty, and Peanut saw the opportunity. They went ready, take the quick tap, and then slide right through, dot it down to extend their lead.
Tierney on the money as ever. Puts that one through. He's got another 2 points to his name. And 2 quick tries there from the North make a big difference in this second half, as the West will be kicking this one off.
The West here has gone a little bit, slow start to the second half. They had those great opportunity early on, but the North has really come alive in the last 2 minutes. You can really feel momentum shift here in this game, going towards the North side. And the West getting this ball back through a knock on in the scrum. Really good platform just outside of the 22, with the whole left side of the field. To have something, have their backs, launch something or launch an attack from it, or even have a look down here on the blind side to see what they can counter this last 2 tries from North side.
West has the ball a little bit messy there on that restart, so the knock-on eventually happens by the North first, so it's going to come back to the West. Nearly a break right through the middle, but they're going to have to reset that one, send another grouping ahead. Ball out there to McClitch. Little spin move from Houtzinger, doesn't get too far, but they're at the 22 of the North. North trying to drive this one over. Did that get knocked on? It did. Referee's arm is out. This is a knock-on against the West. That pressure around the breakdown. Pago from the North made a big difference. Forced that knock-on. Now they get the scrum.
Where's your black substitution?
Exactly. There's been a lot of pressure.
Okay.
Brought in by the North side, the Norths, especially when it comes to a breakdown area. It's a big physical team. The way they've been attacking, they've just been using those big boys. But also when they're defending, they're putting a lot of pressure on that breakdown. West has been very loose, in this opening 11 minutes of the game compared to what they were in the first half. But the North side has really gathered this momentum, and it looks like they're just using it to their advantage right now, John.
North have the ball inside there. Tierney gets it back. We'll launch that one downfield, playing the territorial game, so it's across halfway. It's going to be a line out here for the West. Another attacking opportunity. About 12 minutes going in the second half. After this, we'll have the South versus the East, and then the third place and first place games in the All-Stars. Great rugby action coming to you all day here.
Let's go, guys.
On NCR TV.
Create your channel.
Ball up. Pressure coming in from the North. Looked like a knock on there.
Not straight. What do you have, Black?
And it was not straight initially. So opportunity here for the North.
Scrum option.
The West.
North is going to take the scrum here, Pago.
The West, I was going to say the West, with their line out, has been their main weapon. Unfortunately, that didn't. The last 2 line outs they've had, one, went over. It was an overthrow, and that one wasn't not straight. There's momentum and this pressure that's the North has been applying to them I think it's
So
really
it's below, tight on top.
getting to
okay?
some
So
of these
let's get-
players.
I need to see a bind
Yeah,
from
it's
you.
a
Thank you.
third game in 24 hours for most of these young men, you know, and it's credit to them, credit to their effort, to being out here, putting out, showcasing their talent, you know, putting on a show for us to enjoy and for you and myself to, you know,
Set!
to have a look at the future of American rugby and all these kids to hopefully, you know, one day they represent the Eagles jersey.
We shall see if that happens. There are some talented athletes out here in this crowd, freshmen and sophomores on these two teams, on all the Rising Stars teams. So a bit of a glimpse
No
of the
hands, Black,
even
get
further
out, release,
future.
Release, that's a rock release.
referee telling North they're going to have to get out of there. Ball comes back to the West so they can play on. Good communication there from referee Raven Jones.
It's available, use
Now
it,
the
Red.
North putting a little bit of pressure on, telling Red they have to use that ball. Little tip back in doesn't get them too much yardage. And back they come. West really kind of stifled here by this North defense. Staying deep in their own end. You see their 5-meter line just behind them. You see the corner flag there. So they are mired in their own end
No, you're
as
in
the
front.
kick
You have to go.
comes.
Onside. Backwards, fight.
Comes back to Tierney, and Tierney
That's enough.
able to hang on to that one, but the pass he makes, the player not able to handle it. It's one of the try scorers there.
Front advantage, Red, no Black.
Ball comes wide here. A big run coming from Zach
No Black,
Billings.
no. Come back to the scrum here. No.
Penalty here. We're going to go back to the scrum. Referee's seen enough. Should be a scrum for
Head knock
the
on that
West.
Black.
15 minutes gone in this second half.
I really love what I'm seeing out of this north side defense. They're not dying when they're making the tackle. When they make the tackle, they're actually making nuisance of themselves in there.
Yeah, sides on
You know,
top.
the West are not really protecting
It came out, yeah, it was wrong.
that
yeah.
rush.
I got
They're
it.
very
Don't worry.
high.
That's all I
Therefore,
think
the
you.
Norths have seen that and identify it. Maybe it's something they talked about at halftime, a little adjustment to their game.
Crouch.
They're really putting a lot of pressure in that breakdown. It's really slowing down this West
Head.
attack,
Here, Bind's
especially
right.
because they
Over here,
always wanted
Bind's
to
right,
go
okay?
wide and
Bind's
wide.
right, please. Go underneath.
North has identified that
Yeah,
and then
this is underneath.
actually putting
Okay?
a lot of pressure in that
Thank you.
breakdown. It's, you know, it's having some return for them, and it's disrupting this attack of the West that was flowing in the first half.
Drive, boy, drive me.
Bind.
Fresh. Drive.
Set. Hold. Play it.
Have an advantage here. They're going to let him play it off the back.
Scrum advantage,
Referee
Red.
says have it
Press
go.
scrum advantage.
They have the scrum advantage, it says. The scrum penalty advantage. The ball comes
Repeat, please.
forward for the West. They're at the 22 now.
Scrum advantage.
Player down, taking a little time to get up here.
Press scrum advantage. And man down. Time. Do you just see medic?
No, I just got like smashed.
Okay. Press scrum advantage.
Referee asks the player if they're okay, Pago. He's certainly ready to go. We're going to have a scrum here for the
Just
West.
a little scratch. I like that. Just a little scratch on the face. Nothing too big for that young man.
Until the ball is in before you
Interchange
push.
here. I'm loving all this
Let the ball get in before you push.
interchanges between the referees and the players. As I said before, early on in the broadcast, it's been great showing from our referees, really laying down the laws, and not only that, but explaining, the laws nice and clear to these young players.
Black,
You know,
you're
as we both
unstable
know,
before set. We can't set if
Some
you're
of these
unstable.
kids
You've got to
probably,
get square,
it's their
shoulders to the
first
try
time
line, okay?
getting introduced to the sport, and there's a lot of laws and rules that comes with our sport. Therefore, sometimes it can be, intimidating. Sometimes it can be a little bit confusing, but the way this
Three,
referees
you've
has
got to
been
open
really
up. You've got to let him
clearing
in.
up
There you go.
and communicating to the players throughout this whole weekend has been unbelievable, and it's credit to them and fantastic
Set.
job all around.
Stop. That's is there.
Ball there to the West. Bit of a mess after that one. Good pressure again from the Norse defense forcing the West backwards, forcing them even more backwards. Everybody trying to kick this one. Ball comes down. It looks to the north at the 22. So what an opportunity here as they break on the side. Siobhan Adrians gets that ball away into the hands of Oscar Lindbake. Lindbake takes that one in. They're inside the 22 of the north. Off they go. There's a little space in there. Offload comes. Try lines there. Is the player in? Is the player held up? The player is in. That's Tobias Ludwig. Ludwig, the first-year player at Nichols College, is going to touch that one down. And 5 more points to the north. They're looking strong with just about 12 minutes to go, Pago.
The big man, but it all applies from that scrum deep inside the West territory. You know, the big man up front, Ludwig, over there, 6'1", 265, you know, but it's great to see the big man go over, but that is a full team try from the forward back, applying the pressure right from the scrum. You know, really, the West didn't really get control of that ball bouncing, popping at the back of the scrum, couldn't get control of it. North continued to apply that pressure, got the turnover. And the big man out of Nichols College, marketing student, getting his first try for the day. But as I said before, it was all a team effort from the big man up front, applying the pressure in the scrum. And now Tyranny hoping to add and extend this lead heading to the last 10 minutes of the game.
Tierney pushes that one wide, uncharacteristic, hasn't made a lot of mistakes this weekend. The young man having a wonderful time here in Atlanta, Georgia, here at Silverbacks Park. Remember, East versus South coming up after this one. Then the third place game and first place, New England Independent Red taking on the Southeast Bears for a championship matchup. Should be a great one later today. That's 3:15-ish. Eastern time, running just a couple minutes behind schedule, hoping you clean that up. Ball there from the West. North takes this one forward. Nice little break there. Just outside their own 40. Have a pot of runners. They show for the little tip pass there, but don't go for it. Defenders calling some people out, but they're going to have to force it back in. But a nice break here coming for the North Rising Stars. That's Pelter. He was in the try zone earlier, the one who came in off of that quick line out from the 50-22. Pelter doesn't get to the try line that time. West takes the ball away, however, so they're going to have to do a little bit of running here. 9.5 minutes to go. West trailing 26-12. As that ball comes up into the hands of a quickly accelerating Noko. Moves the ball back in, moves the ball back out. They're headed towards the line to get caught just before it. Noko with a couple of good moves there and in and over. It looks like they go again. The North have scored another try, this time through Christian Evans. Christian Evans, a Nichols College first-year player. The Northampton, England gets that one. But great runs there by Kayamo Getway Noko. We'll take a look here, Pago.
What an interchange of plays here by the North, the big man, the real estate major with a lot of real estate to play with. You know, show the dummy, really good skills. Putting Booker through this space. Booker didn't manage to get over the line, but the big man, Evans, 6'1", big man out of Nichols College with some great skills there, putting his back through the space, backing up, trailing the play, and then picked it up and scored that try. But it all started from Voko and Evans with nice little interchange plays there. But that is some skills from the big man. It's good to watch. Very good to see these young players in space, not always taking contact, not always trying to look for that collision, but also, you know, using your rugby skills, getting around the field. And then Evans, with his hard work, paying off with his first try of the match, John.
31-12. Great work there. Yeah, Evans gets that one. Noko from St. Bonaventure University did a lot of the work there as well. Exciting player to watch, a freshman. Another quick break here by the North. They're just finding these spaces right off kickoff. The ball comes back now. Noko, the little break again. They're down this left-hand side. Good work there by Kane Murray. Kane Murray. North really starting to string it together here. The West facing a little bit of an onslaught here. Just over 7 minutes to go. Big run now from Liam Murray. Liam and Kane Murray, brothers out of Irving, Texas. The ball comes here. Here's Pelter. Pelter has had some great runs. Was in the try zone once already, but Pelter's going to go in again. He is from Thomas College, a first-year player, 6'2", 210. Good size center there, and he gets 5 more points to his name, 36-12.
Belter, big center, 6'2", 210 pounds out of Thomas College. You know, he's been immense this whole game. Really good ball runner. We already saw him score a try early on. This is his second for the day. But this onslaught from the North has really opened up the floodgates, and maybe the West, you know, with that strong start they had early on, momentum swing halfway through this second half has really, you know, brought the North up. And now that onslaught just continues.
Noko taking his time. Just pips that one through and gets the points there. 2 more points as we wind down in this matchup. North looking strong. We said East versus South after this one.
How about that camera angles from all held crew down there on the field? Very
a lot of cameras out here.
Up.
Next Level Rugby bringing you the best in college rugby. Multi-cameras, good replays and angles, well done as the ball comes to Christian Evans, the big forward with the fancy feet in the hands, impressing Pago Haini with his interplay there. That one a little too ambitious. Kane Murray can't quite get a hold of it.
Red knocked forward into touch. Went the line over the
Really good to see some of these young players, you know, starting to enjoy themselves now. You know, this is the last game of the weekend for both of these teams. It's been a long 24 hours for them, 3 games in 2 days. And it's good to see that they're really enjoying themselves out there now.
Release, Black!
Ball just slips out of the hands there. Hard luck for Tyler Worthington, looking to change the fortunes around here for this West team. But we're going to have a scrum here for the North Rising Stars.
It's warm now. It's cold earlier.
Sun out here in Atlanta, warming up in this beautiful southern city.
Oh, guys, we don't have a ball or a scrum now.
Referee notices the lack of a ball and a scrum half, Pago. We need both of those.
Really enjoying this hot mics. You know, our referees, we can hear them on the field. It's been an enjoyable coverage. To hear them, you know, communicate, to hear them, you know, laying down the law. It's been fantastic weekend for all of them.
Noko digs this one out as they come across. Little chip forward there from Swanson. Ball hits the ground, is going to roll into touch. Just over 3 minutes to go in this one.
7 red, you're offside.
The North now looks like they're just trying out new things. Getting into the last 3 minutes of this game, you know, confidently with that lead of 38-12. You know, I don't think
it should be
the West could come back in here, so the North are just really expressing themselves now.
No, Black, no.
West really wanted to get it with some final points in here. We have a knock on, so scrum here to the West. Still taking another minute or so off the clock here, so really winding down. West will want to finish with a good show here, but North is going to take this match.
And exactly, you're right there, John. You know, even though the whole weekend it's about winning, but also, as we mentioned on yesterday and today as well, early on, is that there's scouts out at these games. There's people watching. NRL scouts are out there too. You want to put your best foot forward. You want to showcase what you're capable of, and even though the result might not go your way, you still want to finish strong. You still want to show people what you can do on the field.
Ball up from the West. Players rushing on, but the bounce comes back the other way. Minute and a half left. North in possession. Little pop up there. Like you said, Pago, they can just play with total freedom right now. This game is won, and they're playing right there. Siobhan Adrian's going to get to the 5-meter line. Probably could have taken that one his own. Gets it back to Noko. And it came out Gatui Noko. Gets towards the line. The St. Bonaventure freshman out of South Africa. Here's a nice late surge in and over. That should pretty much seal it. We're at 1 minute to go. And it is a try for one of the big fellas on the North, trying to get that number 4 if he turns around.
Noko, as you said, the freshman, has come on in this second half and has really add some firepower, energy, impact off the bench, really lift the troops up with line breaks, setting up his teammates, and right there, one of the big fellas going over for a nice little try here before the end of the match. But the North side now is really starting to express themselves, really start to just play rugby out there, enjoying themselves, which is good to see, good to watch. And while we're closing down on the final seconds or even final minute of this game.
Ball up, no good from Noko, but that is the end of that one. North takes the win over the West. That is the final game for those two teams for the weekend. We're going to step aside for just a minute. We'll come back. Tim Wilkes is going to take the play-by-play. I'll still be on. Pago will return later. It's going to be the South versus the East. Stay with us.
You're not going to go out? By the way, I'm so sorry. I turned on the radio and I heard noise and I see the radio do that. And then I go.